welcome to Connecticut Style. I'm Teresa LaBarbera. Thanks for joining us today. As we get ready to celebrate Thanksgiving, we are talking kitchens. Bender Showrooms is here to show us the latest styles, plus share some remodeling tips to design your dream kitchen. Plus, caring for outdoor cats. We'll tell you about the Greater New Haven Cat Project and all they do in the community. And I'm here in the kitchen with one of our favorite guests, Tony Mavulli, the executive chef at the Inn at Villa Bianca and the owner. Thanks for being here.
And the tavern.
And the tavern, 1757, it's up and running.
Right.
How's business going?
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Very excited.
Very good. So now we're talking Thanksgiving here, and people can call you up and you could do the whole dinner, can't you?
The tavern is open Thanksgiving 12 to 6. We're serving also, you have a complete dinner to go for minimum 10 people. It's $25 a person. It will be ready with all the trims from pie, soup, a complete turkey.
I like that, all the courses.
Very courses.
All right, Tony, let's get the show started. We'll hear more about it in just a minute, but look into camera two, tell everyone what they need to do.
Relax, sit down, have a lunch style.
Families have loved sharing delicious meals made with Hood sour cream for more than 160 years. They know they're sharing the best because they love Hood's rich, creamy taste. And love that it's all natural, with no artificial ingredients or preservatives. So share some smiles with all-natural Hood sour cream. Always good. Always Hood.
Matt's brakes didn't sound right.
So I brought my car to Mike at Meineke.
We inspected his brakes for free.
Free is good.
Free is very good.
For a limited time, get 50% off brake pads and shoes at all participating Connecticut Meineke locations. Visit myctmeineke.com to find a dealer near you.
We're young, we're hot, and I got a jet.
Ambition can make you do the most outrageous things.
I'm a manager, and I would love to represent you.
Did you sleep with that woman?
Nashville, all new tonight, 10/9 Central on ABC.
We were skipping stones and letting go over the river and down the road.
At Nature Valley, we know nature comes together in amazing ways. That's why we bring together natural ingredients like dark chocolate with toasted oats or sweet golden honey. Perfect combinations of nature's delicious ingredients. From Nature Valley.
I was thinking that I hope this never ends.
Nature Valley granola bars. Nature at its most delicious.
A kitchen, no matter what size, is the heart and soul of a home. So if you're planning on renovating yours anytime soon, Bender Showrooms is a great place to start. Joining me now is Kiang Acapio, a kitchen designer specialist. How'd I do with your name?
It's actually Kiang Acapio.
Okay. Well, thank you for fixing that for us. Tell us a little bit about Bender Showrooms. I know you have locations all across the state.
Yes, we do. We actually have beautiful showrooms, 7 locations, and we show bathroom products. We do kitchen cabinets, countertops, hardware. We also actually do HVAC.
Okay, and I know you guys have a pretty impressive website. You just won a Hobie Award for it. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. We're very proud of it.
So that means you must be able to log on and see a lot of examples as well, right?
Yes, we have a wonderful website, so definitely people should check that out.
Good, and I understand the staff is highly trained, and you could answer all the questions if you go down to the showroom.
Yes, I am an ASID and a CKD, so I'm a certified kitchen designer. And I can certainly help anyone with their kitchen and interior design needs.
Now, Bender, it's not just kitchens. I know you have bathrooms. You have a little bit of everything, right?
We do.
Tell us about the variety.
Well, we have a huge variety, and we have the latest products, as you can see here. We do custom cabinetry, and we are able to fit all budgets.
Okay, and you brought a lot of examples here today. We're doing kitchens. If you want to remodel, where do you start? It's quite a process to undertake.
Yes, it's very overwhelming for most people. So what I'd like to always recommend that people do is do their homework. You know, do a lot of research, go online, look through some websites, and try to come up with an inspiration picture. And that will be the picture that's going to help guide you into getting that kitchen of your dreams.
How pretty. We're taking a look at some of the items in the showroom here. Lovely. Let's talk about what you brought here today.
Well, we have several door samples and colors to show you. You know, what's really popular right now are the white cabinets. The cream with the glazing is also very popular, which is this brown hang up here. We do custom colors as well. And the stained woods are still really popular right now. We do some granites. There's a number of countertops that you can choose from of materials. We have granite, quartz. We also do marble, wood tops. There's also concrete and stainless steel. And my favorate is the jewelry.
Well, that really adds some variety, right?
Yes,
the
and
jewelry, is that what you
it's the
said?
jewelry of the kitchens, and I love that's one of my favorite parts of the kitchen, is that little final touch that really makes everything come together.
And over here too, what are these for?
Those are actually hardware too.
Oh, same
And
type.
those are some crystal knobs. And people don't realize that those are still available, but they are, and they do really add a nice touch.
And then you mentioned that the white cabinets were in, so white kitchens, I'm assuming, must be a trend?
White kitchens are very popular, yes.
Okay, and actually we're looking at a picture. It just looks clean, doesn't it?
Yes, it's a very clean look, and I think that's the direction that we're going in, is a transitional style.
Now we should mention that if you head down to Bender Showrooms, there's a free consultation. Tell us about that.
Yes, what we do is we always ask that the customers call ahead of time and schedule an appointment, so you get to meet with one of our experienced designers and get our undivided attention. We like to go through the process with you and make it less overwhelming, and hopefully get you that dream kitchen that you've always wanted.
Sure, and I know because I visited the showrooms before, you can create kind of a picture of what things are going to look like ahead of time.
Yes, we have a program. It's a computer-generated program that shows you your kitchen in a three-dimensional view.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I think that's a great service. Now, I want to ask you, you've been designing kitchens for a while, you said. What's some of your favorite part about the job?
My favorite part would be meeting with the clients and really just helping them achieve their dreams.
Do they ever give you ideas? I'm sure, right? Once in a while?
I'd like to hear their ideas, because I think it definitely, you know, my goal is to make them happy, and I like to listen to my clients and help them achieve this beautiful look in the end. And my favorite part of the job is to get that phone call saying they're so happy with their kitchen.
Oh, good. The end product too,
Yes.
probably, after all of the designing. All right, now at Bender, there's a customer referral program. Tell us the details.
Well, if you've purchased a kitchen through us and you refer a friend, then what we do is we send you an American Express card valued at $50.
Not bad. All right, Kyung, we're running out of time. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Let's put some information up on the screen. If you'd like to get a hold of the folks at Bender Showrooms, you could simply call 1-800-573-4288 or visit bendershowrooms.com and check out all of the examples they have. Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, up next, Turkey and all the fixings. The Inn at the Villa Bianca gives us a preview to their Thanksgiving Day feast. Don't go anywhere.
Perhaps the greatest musical ever written returns to the stage where it all began. West Side Story.
Coming to the Waterbury Palace Theater November 24th and 25th. For tickets, go to palacetheaterct.org.
When you have a family, you want to be smart about spending money.
These days, you want to be brilliant.
The smartest thing we did was call Amica for car insurance.
They really took the time to get to know us and get the coverage right. And their quote was less than what we were paying.
And they found all these discounts, too. We saved even more by getting auto, home, and life together.
It was a smart call.
It was a genius call.
You could save hundreds with Amica Auto Insurance. Call for a free quote now.
Options are great, right? Because when you have good options, you get exactly what you need. That's why I switched to Amica for car insurance. They really listened when I called. And they explained all of these options that were perfect for me. Like they have a reward program for good driving, accident forgiveness. They even have identity fraud protection. So I got the right coverage. And I saved money, which is my favorite option.
You could save hundreds with Amica Auto Insurance. Call for a free quote now.
This Thanksgiving, give yourself a break from cooking and let Tony Mavuli and his staff do all the work at the inn at Villa Bianca and over at Tavern 1757. Tony's the owner and executive chef. He joins me now. Welcome back to the show, Tony.
Always nice to be back.
So I want to ask you, the tavern's up and running. It's how's it going so far?
Beautiful. We just start open also for lunch this week, and it's moving along good.
Well, I have to mention that I visited. It is beautiful. You have that great pizza oven downstairs also. Sounds fun. It's a great place.
Yes.
All right, so we're talking.
People are very satisfied.
Oh, good. Very nice. We're talking Thanksgiving today, and you're going to make it a little bit easier for us.
Right. Thanksgiving, we are open. We're serving dinner from 12 to 6, so you can make a reservation on the 1757 Tavern. Also, we have a dinner to go for minimum 10 people. It's $25 a person, and you get a completely full turkey with a pumpkin soup, all the trimming.
Pumpkin soup, I love that.
Cranberries, also different stuffing, regular stuffing and the apricot stuffing with the sweet mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, loaf of bread, everything is completely.
Wow, it's pretty easy. Let's talk about this soup because I think this is a great appetizer. You can actually carve it right out of the pumpkin?
Yes, you can roast the pumpkin, stick them in the oven and then put the soup. It's very different.
All right, now what type of sides can we pick from? Is it, I see Brussels sprouts, I see potatoes.
Right.
The basics.
Mostly the basic is very much, yes. We don't have too much choice. This is what it is.
That's what it is on Thanksgiving, right?
It is,
but
right.
I think it's great here. You've combined the strawberries and the cranberry sauce.
Strawberry and cranberry sauce.
Kind of probably takes the tartness out of it, right?
Little bit, yes.
Not bad. Now, this is a unique stuffing, too. Tell us about that.
This is an apricot stuffing. And it's a little different. You give a little...
little sweetness, maybe?
Sweet in your mouth.
Sounds
little
great.
Different.
All
and
right.
the tavern, excuse me, the tavern is open 6 days a week. After January is open also Mondays. Right now we're still setting up the stuff very good, so we take a break on Mondays, but after January it will be open 7 days a week.
Okay.
Also we're open for brunch.
Oh, how
we have
fun.
a beautiful brunch, start 11:30 to 3, and then serving all Sunday long.
Great. I like that. Now, let me ask you, Tony, are you doing weddings this time of year?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Weddings are part of the business there, and we got a special. We don't increase the price for 2013 into 2014. We leave the price the same way. So we no increase. We try to give a break with these economic times, and the people are very, very happy with that. So also we have a special on Thursday night. Thursday's wedding, you get a price. Also discount on Friday and Sundays.
Oh, good.
But still very good price
It's
on
so
Saturday.
pretty. Now, we should mention for the brides-to-be, it's really one-stop shopping there. I know that you have the car service, you have the room to get ready in, you have accommodations.
Right, when we take everything and our armors, we organize everything for you. We take a lot of stress away from you. So our office, we take care of everything. And, you know.
Very good.
You know, the brides are very happy.
All right, well, let's see. Let's talk more about Thanksgiving because it's right around the corner. And it's such a great idea because no one wants to be stuck in the kitchen during Thanksgiving, right?
Right, right. Certain things that can be done ahead, like I say, you know, you take the, always try to buy fresh turkey instead of frozen. It tastes much better, easy to cook, instead of keep it 3-4 days at the frosting and stuff like that. So, Thanksgiving is traditional, and the tavern is open, like I said, from 12 o'clock to 6.
In case you don't want to clean anything up, right?
And everybody coming to see me, always you get one of my aprons.
That's fantastic.
So come
I
to
have
see
one of
me.
those.
You go.
All right, now I want to ask you, Tony, if you're going to have Thanksgiving dinner, typically do you serve red or white wine?
Well, I prefer red.
You do, but you always prefer red.
Right, but you can start with a nice brut, you know, not too fruity Chardonnay or Pinot Grigio, or nice brut to toast the, like brut is to toast the holiday, and then finish with a nice red. Over here I brought today nice Toscano Rosso. It doesn't break the bank. It's very, very good wine. So also on the in the tavern, we have a beautiful wine list of 5,000 wines.
And
so
a great wine cellar, too.
Beautiful wine
downstairs.
cellar is getting finished, so it'll be ready in the next couple of weeks.
Fantastic.
So,
any other exciting events going on? You going to expand any more, Tony?
no, I'm
You're
done.
done?
I'm done. I'm done. This for sure.
All right, so this is pretty easy. We can call you for Thanksgiving dinner. I see gravy over there. You get all the courses, bread,
Right. Everything.
one-stop shopping.
One-stop shopping.
All right, and let's
So-
put some information up on the screen.
Give us a call, we take care of it.
Very nice. The Inn of the Villa Bianca and the new Tavern 1757 is located at 312 Roosevelt Drive. That's in Seymour. Visit villabianca.com or call 203-735-4883. And Tony, we're going to check back with you at the end of the show. Probably going to dig into this pumpkin
You
pie.
got it.
All right, stay with us. Up next, we're going to tell you about the Greater New Haven Cat Project. When style returns, we'll be right back. I like the idea of the soup.
They worked for Linda McMahon's campaign, but when they weren't getting their paychecks, they turned to News 8 for help.
No money, nobody calls. To this day, nobody contacts you.
I didn't receive no checks, nothing.
Well, you know we fought hard
These folks gonna get paid? They're looking for their money.
and got these people results.
Tonight, when we got involved, the campaign said the checks are in the mail.
Who's got your back? News 8.
Welcome to Math Corner with Bob's of Milford.
If the speed limit is 65, how long will it take you to find financing?
From Bridgeport, about 10 minutes. From New Haven, about 15 minutes. From Milford, no time at all.
When you visit Bob's of Milford, you could get financed on a new or used car regardless of your credit history.
It's not rocket science.
No, it's math.
Bob's of Milford.
He just wants to get you alone.
Open Sundays.
Are you feeling boxed in by depression symptoms such as persistent sadness, loss of energy, or problems sleeping? If so, please call about participating in a clinical research study for those with depression. There is no cost to participate in this depression clinical research study, and compensation for time and travel is available to those who qualify. To learn more about this depression clinical research study, call toll-free 1-866-390-7373 or visit mydepressionstudy.com. 1-866-390-7373.
Today we're shining the spotlight on the Greater New Haven Cat Project, a nonprofit that helps to alleviate the suffering of feral cats through their spay and neuter programs. Joining me now are Cheryl DiFilippo, the president, and Melissa Rogers, the secretary. Ladies, thanks for being here. Now tell us who you have with you.
I actually have Terrence.
And I have his brother Samuel over here.
They look like they're identical almost.
They are. They're brothers.
And they're both up for adoption, we should mention.
Yes, they're both available for adoption. They were rescued actually from a backyard in New Haven as part of one of our trap, neuter, return sessions. They were young enough, and we determined with their disposition and whatnot that they would be able to be socialized and placed in a permanent home.
Right.
And now they're getting all squirmy.
Yeah. They're excited to be on TV.
I think so.
So tell me about the Greater New Haven Cat Project. What's the mission, Cheryl?
So the organization started in 1996. It was just a small grassroots organization, and our purpose is to manage the outdoor cat population in a humane manner, and we do that through spaying and neutering. We offer our trap, neuter, return program for people who are feeding feral cats, and then if somebody has taken in a stray cat, we will also accord them an appointment for low-cost spay-neuter services.
And then what's interesting is that they go back into the neighborhood where they came from because that's their home.
Yes. Yes, feral cats do have a home, and their home is wherever they happen to take up residence, probably where they've found a feeding source. And what we do when we receive calls about feral cats is we encourage people to put them on a regular feeding schedule.
I see.
And that sort of helps us determine a volunteer who would be available to, to go out and to humanely catch the cats, transport them to the vet. We work with 2 wonderful veterinarians, and we recover the cats post-surgery.
Okay.
They receive a distemper and rabies vaccine in addition to being altered, and then they do go back home.
How many cats would you say are kind of living on their own in New Haven?
Thousands.
Thousands?
There are thousands, yeah. You know, we live in a community where there are a lot of transient residents, and feral cats are known to sort of exist in places like college campuses and whatnot. With the economy sort of, you know, taking a downspin a couple of years ago, we've experienced a lot of people who just don't have the resources on their own to even have their pets spayed or neutered. And you know, it only takes 2 and 2 months, and then you have a litter of kittens.
Melissa, let me ask you, what about diseases or rabies? Does these cause any problems to humans?
I would say not to humans. It's not a big problem. As rabies, it's not what you would think of as a wild animal, because these are, what would you say, domesticated?
This is a domestic species. Yep.
And usually if it was to affect feral cats aren't aggressive.
Okay.
They're more likely to run away from humans and run towards a human or bite a human. And for a feral cat to contract the rabies virus, they would have to be bitten by an animal that had rabies and then survive that attack and then, like I said, attack a human, which is very rare that a feral cat was to go after a human.
Now, let me ask you, you kind of touched upon it with Sam and Terrence here, that sometimes cats are rescued. What's the difference?
Well, when so one thing that we should say right up front is that we don't operate as a shelter and take in people's pets. All of the pets or the cats that we have available for adoption are from a rescue effort. So when for instance, when we were trapping in their former neighborhood, when the cats are trapped and they go to the vet, when they're in recovery after their surgery, oh, they love one another.
They really want to play with each other.
Yeah, they do.
Maybe they should go together. Is
Oh
that
yeah,
it?
that's our hope.
Yeah,
is that somebody will adopt them together. You know, we determine when they're in recovery whether or not we think that they can be socialized enough to be adoptable. We often take in kittens. We take in friendly cats that might have been abandoned into a feral cat colony.
Okay.
So age doesn't matter, color doesn't matter. You know, we just go for sort of like their personality and whatnot.
Okay, and we're looking at some pictures on the screen. Do these guys need homes as well?
Yes, those are a couple of our senior cats. Colette on the upper left, actually. She was given to us by one of our veterinarians. Her family was going to euthanize her because she wasn't getting along well with their dogs. And when you receive a phone call like that,
you want to save them, right?
Yes.
All of these guys need help. Oh, who's this?
This is Hillary. Hillary is one of our special needs cats. She was rescued from a landscape nursery in Hamden. And oh, and there's Oliver.
Oh,
that's their brother. Their other brother.
There's 3.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, and I know that you guys have an upcoming cat food drive. It's happening Saturday, December 8th from 10 to 3. Where's that happening?
So that was actually a result of a grant that we received from the ASPCA.
Okay.
Apparently the A and Subaru have a partnership. So we're going to have our cat food drive at Premier Subaru in Brantford. And we're going to have we call it Fill the Forester for Ferals.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So
very good.
we'll-
We're talking about the Subaru, right?
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, we have that information up on the screen. We can find it over at WTNH.com.
Great.
Guys, thanks so much for being here. Hopefully we could find Terrence and Sam a home.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
All
you.
right, stay with us. More Connecticut Style after the break. We'll be right back.
Screeching tires and shattered glass, you're seriously hurt. But what if I told you the worst was yet to come? Battling for months with the insurance company to pay your claim is sometimes worse than the crash itself. Don't get hurt twice. Put the winning tradition of Trantolo and Trantolo on your side and get the settlement you deserve.
I work at the cable company, and I get to wear a hard hat. A question already.
My mom says cable can't bundle cell phones.
You mean wireless voice service? Nobody does that.
Mom says AT&T does, so...
Call to get our UVerse Triple Play for $89 a month for 24 months. Now get the same great price for 2 years and get more choices than cable, even add wireless voice. Plus switch and get a total home DVR included free for life.
I bring TV to you.
Mr. Roy, with UVerse TV, you can record up to 4 shows at once on a single DVR and play them back on any TV.
Miss Jones has Uverse. Call to get our triple play for $89 a month and get the same great price for 2 years, plus a total home DVR.
And Uverse has more HD channels and cable, too.
I want AT&T.
Who wants to talk to a fireman?
I do.
No kidding.
Choose the bundle that fits your life.
With millions of people unemployed, there are new signs that people who are holding on to their jobs are getting more and more stressed out. ABC's Elizabeth Vargas has the story.
What's new in the world of 9 to 5 will make you want to call 911. YouTube makes it look like the American workforce is on the edge of a nervous breakdown. Workers of the world rising up against infuriating workplace oppression, the tyranny of bulky computers, paperless printers, and annoying co-workers.
We all bring baggage to work every day.
Now, many of these videos are fake. Some are clever viral marketing campaigns. This is really an ad for office chairs. But all these online videos tap into something real. Let's call it cubicle rage.
There's a lot of frustration in our society.
What is it all about?
The rewards of economic gains have gone, as we all know, to fewer rather than more people in society in general. And when people perceive inequity, they're likely to feel angry and they're likely to want to take retributive steps.
Dave Heiner worked in a well-known video game chain store in New York. A co-worker captured his state of mind the day after Christmas 2009. Heiner says he was joking, sort of, but he says he truly had it with the customers and his manager. Dave has now moved on from that job. This video went viral on the internet. Here comes the new computer monitor. And there goes the new computer monitor. For some disgruntled parcel delivery people, everything is airmail.
But why is it that grown adults can act like children in the office?
And the workplace is a powerful social situation, so we come to react to each other as if we were pseudo-siblings. The workplace can be a big happy family, or the workplace can be a big dysfunctional family.
Wow, that certainly doesn't happen here on Connecticut Style. We all get along. And that was Elizabeth Vargas reporting. Here we are in the kitchen with all of our guests. Tony Mavuli is reminding us we could do Thanksgiving dinner. Just call the tavern at 1757. Right. And of course, more information about Bender Showrooms at bendershowrooms.com. And ladies, the cat people left already, but of course we'll have that information on our website as well at WTNH.com. All right, everyone ready for an early Thanksgiving?
Yes,
dig in.
Yummy.
Looks fantastic.
Come and visit me.
There you go. We want to thank everybody for watching. Make it a great day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Bon appetit.
Bye, guys.